Morning and welcome to the Saturday special of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. Today we talk about the major issue which is facing everybody. Today we are facing the issue of unemployment, recession, as well as the incompatibility of the education that the people have achieved with the jobs that require new skills. It's a dismal environment. And as per the study recently conducted and finalized by the World Economic Forum, 50% of all employees will be needing reskilling. And that's not in distant future by 2025. 50%. And that is because of the advances in technology. So what are these new skills? That's the one question that faces the people. The skills that are being taught are important, but they are not essential. We have got to understand the difference between essential and important. A. B. Imperative need, the crying need. And the third part is how long does it take to be reskilled, to learn these new skills, these new emerging skills this year, that is in 20 and 21, are skills in the self management. Now, these skills are not taught in any other universities. And there's an urgent need for the universities and the colleges to start teaching these skills. And what are these skills in self management? That I'll come to just now, but just to give you an idea, they are skills of active learning, resilience, stress tolerance, and flexibility. But the biggest issue is that the next 6 months are crucial. The period starting from December of this month, let's say the end of the year, till the beginning of July 2021, these 6 months are very important because 40% of the total working population in the world, 40% needs to be retrained in these skills in these 6 months or even less than. So while 50% need to be reskilled in the next 5 years, 40% need to be reskilled in the next 6 months. So there's a double disruption of economic impacts of pandemic and increasing automation that's transforming the jobs. So we have the tools at our disposal. That's the unfortunate part. We have the tools. We have been tracking the pace of change and the direction the change is further going to take place. But the technological disruption that is transforming jobs is providing key to creating them. The only unfortunate part is we use one part of the technology, but the second part, which is the key to create the skills, our leaders, our educationists, they are ignoring it. The bounty of technological innovation, which defines our current era, can be used and as I would say should be used, must be used to leverage. Leverage for what purpose? To unleash human potential, and that's what we are not doing. We have the means to reskill, but Say, why say reskill? I'll say it upskill. Upskill individuals in unprecedented numbers to deploy precision safety nets. And these nets would protect displaced workers from destitution. The workers would be displaced. Automation comes in. So provide a safety net so that these displaced workers are upskilled and they are able to do jobs. We need bespoke maps that orient workers towards skills of tomorrow where they will be able to thrive. Estimate is that by 2025, 85 million jobs will be displaced by a shift of the division of labor between the humans and the machines, the robots, the artificial intelligence. But then one factor is ignored. This 85 million would be directly displaced, but 97 million would emerge. The jobs would emerge. Can you believe it? So there's no danger. The only danger is we are not upskilling people. So now let's come to the skills that are needed. And I have identified 10 top skills that are needed. As we adopt technology, it automatically implies in demand skills across the job change in the next 5 years. And the skill gaps will continue to be high. But for those workers who stay in the jobs, the share of the core skills that will change by 2025 is 40%, and they need upskilling all of them. So, what are these skills? The top skills, top 10. First is, of course, the critical thinking and the problem solving. That's a major issue, critical thinking. And this is going to be a skill which is not being taught and must be taught. So the first is critical thinking and innovation, problem solving. You'll be asking what the second skill is. Active learning and learning strategies. Third, complex problem solving. So first is analytical thinking, innovation, and that leads to active learning so that you can solve complex issues. And then what we do is we do the analytical thinking, but after thinking, you have got to analyze it as well. And analysis results in creativity, originality, and initiative. So the fourth is critical thinking and analysis, and the fifth is creativity, originality, initiative. And then, of course, the next one is leadership and social influence. But then you cannot only have the leadership and social influence if you don't know how to use technology. And so that's another skill. Technology use, monitoring, and control. But how do you use and monitor? Unless you design and program it. So next skill is technology design and programming. And then this is going to cause stress. So we need resilience, stress, and flexibility. And the last is reasoning, problem solving, ideation. So, what are the types of skills? Problem solving, self management, working with people, technology use, and development. These are the top 10 skills. Now, tell me, do you find any college where these skills are taught? No. I remember way back in 1992, UN set up UN University in Tokyo, and we were commissioned to frame the syllabi. And we came up with a new concept, which was technology forecasting and evaluation. So first was forecasting what's needed, the second is valuation. And that program was set up in the Tokyo University. It was stated that, and we mentioned that we need not make it overburdened, so only 60 students were to be taken in. And would you believe it? All those 60 students got the employment in the second semester. It was a 4 semester course. In the second semester, they were offered the employment by the big tech companies. And by the time they finished the course, they were already working at the top managerial levels. So, though, it was a pretty new concept when we discussed it with APCT, Asia Pacific Center for Technology Transfer. It was, and then we had to do it. We framed the syllabi and everything. And then the implementation showed that our vision, when implemented, was so useful. And even today, this is the best course being run. Now, the universities and the colleges have to incorporate these 10 skills now so they can do it. And then let's not forget one thing. For the jobs of tomorrow, we need different emerging professions. And these are the new professions. You cannot have the key. 20 years back, did you ever think, rather 30 years back, that the computer programming and software would be such important issues? Nobody thought of that. Computer was only used as a typing machine. So we need these skills. One thing you would have noticed that these skills which I have mentioned, these 10 skills, there's a cross cutting in them. And cross cutting is in product marketing, digital marketing, and human computer interaction. Now, the second part, most important, is how long does the reskilling or the upskilling take? Does it take 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? No. We know that we are running behind schedule. 6 months, we need more skills. And 94% of the business leaders expect the employees to pick up new skills on a job. In 2018, only 40% of the employers thought that they need reskilling. So there's a sharp increase from 65% in 2018 to 94% now. And as I said earlier, we need this upskilling in the next 6 months or less. So it was discussed and it has been seen that in the financial services and energy sector, the share of the workers who can be reskilled within 6 months is possible. And it's lower because they need more time intensive programs. So training will have to be delivered internally. And that's what most of the employers want. Let the people be working and let them keep learning. So financial sector and energy sector, within 6 months, or even less than that, the people can be. Yeah. Then it was asked by our discussions that this can be implemented by online learning platform. So 16% of the training can be online and 11% of the training can be given by the external consultants. This pandemic has fortunately been useful so that it has made people believe that online reskilling is possible. There's a set of programs called Coursera. They have seen a fourfold increase in the number of people seeking to be reskilled. So basically, it takes 1 to 2 months to acquire one of these top skills. 1 to 2 months. That's what's required. and emerging profession across people, culture, content writing, sales, and marketing, they'll take up to 3 months to expand their skills. And their skills would be in product development, data management, and artificial intelligence. A 4 month learning program can be there in the universities and the colleges, which will help people move into the roles in cloud and engineering. So, from 1 month to 4 months, you can train 40% of the labor force in the new skills. Now, these figures suggest very clearly that although new skill mindset is increasingly accessible through digital technologies, individuals will also need time and funding to be able to pursue these new opportunities. So we have seen that the time is short, but that the learning period is also short. What is only required is initiative on the part of the universities, the colleges, the chambers of commerce, the industry association to set up jointly syllabi on these 10 reskilling programs right away without any loss of time and start online training programs, distance learning, so that in the next 6 months, when 40% labor needs to be upskilled, those people are able to face the new challenges and perform their jobs. Now, this reskilling and upskilling is of urgent requirement. I know there are no reading materials available on most of them, but then they need creative thinking. And as I said, creative thinking is one of the skills that's required. Now, the ball is in the court of the industry and the educationists. How long would they take to ensure that the 40% people in the next 6 months are trained, leading to a gap? I mean, say instead of a zero unemployment, we'll have negative unemployment if we are capable enough to utilize this opportunity and upskill our people. Thank you.